Okay, we are on and stuff's not playing like it's supposed to. What's going on?
Did it bump the intro?
It
I
did
don't know
something.
what it's
I
doing.
can see the chat.
There we go. Welcome back to The Average, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of a technical issue we had to sort out, but we got it all figured out. So, on with the show. Tonight, we'll be continuing our summer camp slasher series with the 1982 cult classic Sleepaway Camp, written and directed by Robert Hiltzik. Unfortunately, my counterpart Tim isn't able to join us for tonight's review as he's currently on hiatus to focus on some other things that are important. So, taking up the co-host spot for our next few episodes is someone very special. She's a regular on the Dread broadcast, a good friend and previous guest on The Average, slasher author Jessica Lacey.
Yo! It is great to be here, great to be back, and great to hijack Tim's spot. I love it. Sleepaway Camp is a very special film. Despite its poor reception early on, and that's mostly because people just don't have taste, over time it gained cult notoriety by featuring one of the biggest twist endings in 80s horror cinema. Tonight we'll be exploring a variety of themes: childhood trauma, twisted mother figures, young love, and a topic more relevant today than ever: gender identity. I also invited a friend along. This is my friend Jeremy. If anybody has read my books, the character of Josh is based on Jeremy, and he's like everybody's favorite, so I thought, why not bring him along?
Woo!
He has not seen any of the Sleepaway Camp movies prior to this, which is why I thought, let's get a fresh perspective. Jonathan?
Okay, awesome. And also joining us tonight to share their take on this shocking film is another returning guest of The Average, Sean from At the Horror Vision.
Hey, glad to be here. I love this movie. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
Sweet. Alrighty then. So it's time to hop on the bus to Camp Arawak and break down Sleepaway Camp. Okay, so just to start with story and plot. So basically, we've got a horrible story. It starts out with two kids with their dad out on the lake, enjoying the summer, having a great time. And we've got some reckless teens with a boat, just doing stupid things, letting the girl run the boat that's not supposed to because she's not employed to do so, and ends up running over the father and two kids, little Angela and Peter and their dad, resulting in a horrible tragedy and two deaths out of the three of them, which results in one of the children being raised by their aunt and, alongside their cousin Ricky, who 8 years later are embarking on a trip to Camp Arawak. And it's the surviving child, Angela, it's her first time away from home. And when they get to camp, things do not start off well. Some of the other campers in her bunk end up being really shitty, particularly Judy and Meg, who are total assholes. And from there, things tend to spiral out of control. So let's go from there and let's kick things off. Jessica, how about you get us started? What's your take on story?
It's not anything. It's like they tried to take a traditional camp slasher and do something a little bit different with it, but it's also very like by the book. Like there's nothing. I don't know how to put it into words. It's exactly like every other camp slasher, but it's so weird, and it's part of the problem is the story, and it's not a bad problem. It's a good problem. I don't know. It's just the little details that make it weird, that make it special, make it what it is. There's reasons that I prefer this to The Burning, because The Burning also does this everything perfectly in camp slasher style, but this one does it weird.
Well, I think that it was, I've got a different take on that, because I think that one of the reasons this movie is different is because it feels like an American movie that was written by like a Korean man. Because everything is kind of like, I'm the one who's in charge, and you will respect my authority, and why are you not listening to what I am saying? And I stopped it. I actually paused the movie and thought, like, there's no way this is not like a Western culture type of feel. This is definitely something maybe that they got the script. I don't even know. Jessica, you got to know. What's the history of the script on this? Is it a Korean man? I don't know.
I don't believe it was, no.
And then you're saying it could be a Korean man.
So it's like K-pop. It's like a K-pop slasher. I mean, K-pop is pretty random, and this movie is pretty random, so I can
They
see
would
it.
make $1 billion if they remade this as a K-pop movie.
Oh wow!
That's what you
I would love to see how they do that. That'd
Oh
be
my
incredible.
God. I just want to see a K-pop slasher now. That could be fun.
Well, there is something in development on Robert Hiltzak's IMDb called Sleepaway Camp, and I don't know what it is, so you never know. Maybe that's what it
Probably
is.
not a K-pop remake.
Yeah, you never know.
No, I doubt it. All right, Sean, what's your take on the story?
I mean, like they said, it's nothing new, but it's just the way that it's done. And there's a very perfunctory, like you can kind of see the edges on the way the scenes are put together. You know, it's not like expertly, like the burning is pretty flawless as far as a motion picture. I mean, I know it's, B movie or whatever, but this, like, you can almost see the framework. You can tell that, it's been assembled as a movie. So you don't completely, for me, like, I don't completely buy in that regard, but what really gets me in from the beginning, that opening is there's something about it that's so odd, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. And
It's expositional.
well, it is, but it's also
purely
like,
expositional, and it stands out because you're like, okay, well, that entire scene had to give away secrets. I mean,
yeah,
right from the very beginning when the vest floats by, you're like, oh, that's only one vest.
You figured
Yeah.
it out. Minus the very last shot, which I don't think anybody could predict. You figured out what was going on pretty quickly because we were texting when he was watching it.
Yeah.
that's
And
interesting.
he figured out. He was like, this kid is not that kid. Something's going on. That weird lady. I don't remember what you were calling Aunt Martha. But
Yeah,
yeah.
she is nuts.
Yes.
Clearly nuts.
I'm mad she doesn't have an entire franchise of her own.
Yeah.
And in the
Underwater
remake,
for-
if they do not
for sure.
cast Felissa Rose in that role, I'm going to be mad.
Oh wow, yeah.
But one of the things that really endears me to this movie, other than just that kind of like perfunctory element, the kills are great and the effects are way better than you'd think they'd be based on the way the movie unfurls. But also, I mean, Felissa Rose, her performance, because 90% of it is literally she just stares at people and doesn't speak. And there's
Just
something
deadpan.
about deadpan, and it's comical, it's creepy, it's very almost not, it's not the same thing, but to me the thing about Art the Clown that's great is that mime element is what elevates that to be something unlike anything else. And this isn't quite that, but it's also like I don't know, I've never seen it before. I love the way she just stares at Meg and Judy and they just lose their minds. So
Yeah, teenage
she
females,
didn't
man,
look
they
like
get nasty.
yeah, and then you got Mr. Furley. Like when Mr. Furley comes in, the camp owner, that dude just rocks the house. Oh my God, he is awesome. He is
Like I told
awesome.
Jessica, I really think that man looks great for somebody who was pushing 49 years old when they filmed it. And I mean, not to give away next week, but they managed to replace him with somebody even older in part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yes.
So think about that though. The guy that played the camp owner, Mel, turns out he actually had cancer towards the end during the filming there, and then passed away shortly after, from what I read online.
Well, now I'm
So
gonna
we're
go
terrible
guy hid-
people.
No, oh yeah, of course, but yeah, apparently he hid that he was sick, and this was like his last on-film appearance before he passed
wow.
away.
So he's the Chadwick Boseman of horror.
So yeah, oh my God.
I mean, they were both impeccable dressers, so I'll give you that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those short shorts on dudes were just bizarre.
The costuming
but
in
the
this,
time.
man. I'm old enough to remember the half shirts for men.
In the fishnet
Not-
shirts that one dude was wearing.
I mean, and also, can we talk about who's the main counselor and his red shorts? Like, Kirsten and I are watching this. I'm just like, dude, he's talking to kids, and like his fucking junk is just, his pants are so tight that it's almost like the David Bowie in Labyrinth, where like you just can't look away from the codpiece.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
matter what your orientation is; it's just always the 0 point of the screen when it's there. Same thing. It's like, oh my God, but he's talking to little kids.
Oh man, yeah, it's kind of out there. But for me, with the story, for when it came out, there wasn't a lot going on with camp slasher films. I mean, yeah, you had The Burning, you had Friday the 13th, so this was kind of like, I'm not sure like how many others there were at the time, but I think it was maybe like the third big one that came out at the time. So seeing kind of like how it starts, and then like with the other films, with Friday the 13th and The Burning, you had a pretty good, you knew early on who the killer was. Whereas this one, you didn't know. They kind of left that up in the air, but they give you some kind of details. It's like, okay, there's some messed up stuff going on here. I wonder where this is going to go, who it's going to be. So it kind of varied in that sense to me, which I thought was good. But then where the story goes further on beyond that, especially with the cast of characters that you have, and it just the way it takes that really messed up turn at the end, it just really gets you. But you've got a camp pervert in the kitchen trying to get nasty on the miners, which is really messed up. You got the camp owner who is just trying to hide the fact that there's bad shit at his camp because he knows he's not going to make any money. People are not going to want to come there. Then you got, your camp counselors, you get the people who are in charge of the bunks who trying to be good, with the exception of Meg, who's kind of an asshole, and then just, you got teenagers and preteens just in general being kids being kids in camp, running around doing their thing, being buttholes, being cool, trying to get with the ladies, trying to do their hookups. And it was all very teenage. It seemed very typical, despite how there's the lack of technology that we have now and the kind of stuff we would see in like a typical summer film these days. So I thought this had a more sense of originality to it versus like when you compare it to The Burning and Friday the 13th. So for me, I liked it. I liked the plot, especially when it comes to the twist, when you find out that Angela is not really Angela, that she's, it's actually Peter who was portraying his dead sister, So, I mean, I think that makes the story way much better than what you get in the other type of films for summer slashers. That's just me.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
ahead of its time.
As a summer slasher, I think it's better than any of the Fridays. I like the Fridays for different reasons.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
the Friday the 13th were much more mature in
Yes.
scope with
Yes.
the content and the kills and the people that you're dealing with character-wise.
And you don't actually get campers or camp or any of that kind of thing. It's just like setting up for camp or sitting next to the camp. It's never actually kids. It's
Yeah.
not. 6 is the only
True.
one with campers, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. So let's go ahead and throw down our scores. What a 0 to 5? What were you guys at for your scores on this?
I'll say I gave it a 3. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
We're starting with plot, right? That's the first category.
Yeah.
Correct.
I went 4 just because of the twist, like you said.
Okay. How about you, Jeremy? Where you sit on this one? We can't hear you, Jeremy.
You're muted.
Check your mute, buddy. I got no sound on him.
I texted him.
It's not muted, though, actually.
How weird.
Well, he's not on mute, but I think he might be like not in here, but I think maybe he's muted on his end.
Oh, his phone
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes,
there
we
we
hear you
go.
now.
Right. I don't know. Man, I'm so bad with technology, and then I have all these Apple products, and then they sync to one another, and when I lock the screen, it mutes. I don't know. I was going to say I'm between a 3 and a 4. I'd say a 4 just because I agree. The plot was it was straightforward, but it wasn't straightforward. There was a clear twist, and I just appreciate that small scale writing. I went into this blind. I mean, I'd only heard about it from the How Did This Get Made podcast. But that's all I knew about it, was what I'd heard on that was how bad it was and how bad the twist was. But I liked it. I liked the plot.
Okay, 4 it is. Okay. Or you can go halvesies if you want. You can go 3.5 if that makes you more comfortable.
Nah, I'm good.
How
All right.
bad it was and how bad the twist is all you'd heard. Yet if you'd asked me, I would have been like, it's an awesome movie with an awesome twist.
I think
What a
the twist is pretty
twist!
awesome.
This is why I tell my kids, like, you can't trust ratings because you don't know who's rating. You have
Correct.
to find somebody that you agree with, and then you can kind of listen to them because this isn't a bad movie. This was a fun movie, but by every metric, it's a bad movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like most of the stuff I like, though. So.
Same.
All right, so that brings us on next to character. How compelling was the character's arc in the movie? What kind of development did you see? Who you think had the most growth? Who didn't? Who got what?
this
Who
is
got
Meg.
what's deserved? Who wants to take the first stab?
This is Meg. Meg had the greatest character growth, right?
She went from bitch to dead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because she yells at Angela not once, but twice about not getting into the pool when she asked her to get into the pool. They were separate scenes, but the yelling was much different. It was like, it was from a place of love rather than from the first scene where she was yelling because she wouldn't get into the water. That was hatred. And then when she came back again, she had totally changed. I felt like that was a glow up. And then she dies.
You're an idiot.
Oh my goodness, that's nice.
Megan. She is terrible. And on top of it, she's going to have dinner, right, with Mr. Furley. So,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
thinking,
old
like,
Pervin.
like, is she thinking she's going to bang this dude and get somewhere in the camp, like hierarchy of counselors? Or
If they
something?
It's the
wanted-
'80s, man. Who knows?
If they wanted to do like little campers or younger counselors in love with the guy, with somebody leading it, why not cast a younger guy in that role? Or why not use the one guy that you kept calling Tony Danza? Like, at least you could see a world where he might be kind of attractive, but this
Well,
is an
she
old
can,
man.
she can
No,
see
no.
what he's packing,
No.
based on those shorts. So she
I
doesn't
Counselor
know
Mike.
what he was
understand, I
there
understand
for.
the concept of having her want to do that, but it's the guy that she's wanting to do it with. I'm like, that no teenage girl, never.
Well, he had all that camp owner money, but that it wasn't Tony Danza. We agreed on Charles from Charles in Charge.
Oh yeah, sorry, Scott Baio.
Charles.
Okay, Counselor Mike did look a lot more like Charles in Charge, for
See?
sure.
That's a voucher.
Yep.
Those two men
Valid.
look identical to me.
Well,
Oh,
other
God.
than the
Tony Danza and Scott Baio.
they do.
Oh,
Yeah,
my goodness.
man. I would go 4 on the characters just based on Angela's arc. I mean, everybody else it's pretty cut and dry. I also really like Ricky. Like, I like the fact that he's behind like one growth spurt. It seems like he's smaller than all these other dudes that Judy's now like chewing on. But he comes to his cousin's aid. Like, I really rooted for that guy. Like, when they're on the roof and they hit her with the water balloon, which really doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. But he's like ready to kill all 5 of those dudes. Like, that is pretty impressive. So I like their characters a lot. And the other ones are just they're your typical. I gotta say that cook, that is
Artie.
that is some creepy. Like, that dude is gross.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was positive that was James Earl Jones, and I
Oh
I
my
was
God.
texting Jessica like, oh my God, how do you go from being Darth Vader to this? Because it was after Star Wars, and
I
so I'm
thought you were
furiously
joking, and then I
searching
realized
the
you
internet.
weren't.
I was furiously searching the internet for clues on that, and no, it turns out that that's a totally different man. No, not totally different. They're brothers, I think, right?
No,
No
I
idea.
don't think they're related
Brothers from another
at all.
mother?
No,
Oh.
they're related.
They are?
Are they?
Yeah, but
You're
it's
talking
not
about the
James
guy
Earl Jones.
you're not talking about the pedophile. You're talking about the guy that picks up his
The guy who
bit
looks like
after.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
Robert Earl Jones as Ben.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait,
shit.
really?
Yeah,
What do you
really.
think like Christmas was like in 1983 at the Earl Jones's house, where it's like, oh, how you doing? Oh, Empire Strikes Back is biggest movie in the world. What about Sleepaway Camp?
He's like, I'm a cook in a horror slasher film. Yay.
I was really confused, and when I saw him, I thought, oh, this movie's going to be fantastic, because he had to see that script and go,
It's
this is
his
nasty.
dad! It's his
This is
dad!
Who is it?
Trivia: father of James Earl Jones and Matthew Earl Jones. Did you know James Earl Jones' dad is in Sleepaway Camp?
Wait a minute.
Creepy. I'm yelling at everyone in my house.
Nightclub Realm in the chat just said that they're actually married, so I think you might be wrong. I think they might be.
No, that's a joke.
That's Travis.
I'm
Travis
looking at
messing
IMDb
around.
trivia, and he's just screwing around. No, IMDb trivia, and wow, he's dead. So he's like way older too. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time.
1910. James Earl
It
Jones seems
look,
like he'd have a dad
like-
born in 1910.
No, listen, it looked like James got that Star Wars money, went on like a 3-year bender, and then showed up. He was like, oh shit, I gotta work. And so he showed up on the set of Sleepaway Camp, and they were like, sorry, James, we don't have anything for you. And he's like, well, how about if I help this pedophile cook? I can do that.
Oh man. Oh, brutal. Oh my god.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot going on with the characters in here. There's a diverse set, but some really messed up ones. So Artie, played by Owen Hughes, our chef pedophile, that guy was messed up. He got everything he deserved. Because like early in the beginning of the film, when all the campers are arriving, they're standing there like watching all the campers come in. Him and the rest of the cooks, him and Uncle Ben over here, just fucking watching them, and he's all greedy eyeballing him. And Ben's like, "It's a little young for you." He's like, "Oh, there's no such thing as too young. You're just too old." And he calls them like bald turkeys or something like that. And it's like, bro, no. And then when he creeps on Angela in the cooler and Ricky sees it and about almost gets pummeled for it, like, dude, that guy deserved to get covered in boiling water and to be just destroyed. Like, oh, that dude totally got what was coming into it. So I think that's a fantastic arc in itself, seeing a fucking pedophile get roasted the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, great
So,
effects
hooray
too.
for
Man.
that
The
one.
way the blisters like are like just
Pulsing.
pulsating. Oh god, it's so gross. It's awesome.
Yeah, so it was good seeing that comeuppance on his end. Angela, of course, being like the primary arc of everything, you know, his childhood trauma and being forced to portray a girl taking the place of his sister, going from Peter to Angela, and Ricky's twisted mom, Doctor, who clearly has gone insane from her husband leaving her, I guess,
I
and
think she was
forcing
always
this.
insane.
Maybe. I guess so. But, like, to have that happen to you and then to be sheltered, like, the child abuse that goes on from this, being forced to have this different identity and growing up that way and how that affects you. And then, like, finally coming to terms with, like, all this shit and be like, I've had enough of this shit. Fuck you, you're dead. Fuck you, you're dead. Keep fucking with me, fuck you, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, and then finally being exposed at the end, Angela showing her Peter. You know? And everybody being like, oh shit, that's a boy. You know, was like a whole other fucking world that nobody would have thought to have seen coming. And like when I saw this, when I was like a young teenager, I was like, oh shit, what is this? There's a dong hanging out there. Like, oh no. And then she's got her cousin's best friend's head in her lap, you know, just singing and humming away like, oh, it's okay. You know, it's nuts, man. But I would say, though, I would like to have seen something happen with Aunt Martha and her twisted ass. I would have liked to have seen some arc with there and see something bad happen. Because you never get that, as far as I know, in any of the films, anything that happens to Aunt Martha and what she did that caused all this.
They pretty much write all that off really quickly at the beginning of part 2 and don't ever discuss it again.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Which I think
man?
is the correct choice.
Yeah. But yeah, so she was so annoying because the way she kept talking so loud, which she didn't really need to when the kids are getting ready to go to camp. God, I don't know. Aunt Martha was just fucking, I don't know, off her rocker, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then seeing like, you know, Judy, she was a straight up bitch and she was petty. And then she got fucking roasted between the legs with that fucking hot iron. It was like, I'd never thought I would ever see anything like that. So as a teenager seeing this girl getting killed with a fucking hot curling iron up her cooch, like, what the fuck, man? Like,
And
never
they
expected to
really-
see anything like that.
They show so little there, and every time I watch this, I always think they show more. But there's something about the way they telegraph that, as vague as it is, like you know exactly what happens. But yeah, it's a good scene.
That sizzling sound.
Yep.
But yeah, it kind of goes into the next category either way. But all in all, though, I mean, there's so much that happens here as far as characters. You know, it's appalling, it's awful, but it is what it is. Let's score it. Where are we at?
I give it a 4. I'm convinced.
Okay.
This is
Yeah, I
on
was 4 for character.
Okay. I'm a 2.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, obviously everybody dies, but other than Meg, I didn't see a whole lot of growth there.
I think you're focusing on the acting and not the character growth.
Perhaps, but it's one and the same. Everybody's a method actor out there because
In New Jersey?
I'm sure in New Jersey. I'm sure that coach in the short shorts, he's killed somebody. You cannot convince me otherwise. So at least one of them was a method actor. I don't know.
Hey, score how you feel, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So next we move on to music and sound design. Music in this one. I'll go ahead and rock this one off to start. So the opening score was abrasively loud, and I think it had too much emphasis at the beginning. They were really pushing that opening theme intro really, really hard, and I think that was unnecessary. But otherwise, the rest of the music kind of does what it does as far as horror theme music goes. If anything, it's more about the sound effects that you get in this film. Who's next?
Friday the 13th, it isn't.
Yeah.
Like there's no Harry Manfredini. It's pretty generic for me. Either way, but the sound effects, you are correct. Things like the sizzling and the sound of certain things, that part they nailed. I was impressed with that. Again, watching it, paying attention. The sizzling sound
From the hot iron?
from the curling iron.
Yes. What?
That's what's freaking you out when you're watching that. It's not the
Yes, I
visual
know,
of the
but-
curling iron. It's like, ugh. It's
But you say they nailed it like you've heard that sound before. That sound
I've heard
is
a curling
fresh to me.
iron
I've never
sizzle.
heard that sound.
I've heard a curling iron sizzle many, many, many times. Not in a vagina, but
Yeah.
curling irons. If you have any moisture in your hair, that's like what that sounds like. And old curling irons in the 80s absolutely hissed like that whenever you were using them. That's 100% what a fucked up curling iron sounds like. It just is. I'm sorry. It just is.
You know what?
The next
My
time.
mind, I get it.
The next time you see a woman doing her hair, have her spray a bunch of hairspray on, put a curling iron on it, you'll hear it, and you'll be like, oh my god, and then you'll picture it in your vagina.
Naturally.
Oh, Jeebus. Oh, my God.
I like that all I have to do is say the word vagina.
It does make it uneasy.
Some sizzling fish.
And now I'm hungry.
No. Moving on.
Ooh.
Did we lose Jonathan?
Oh, am I back? Did you hear? What?
Yeah,
Am I-
yeah. You just dipped out for a second.
That's weird. Okay. The fuck?
The composer is Edward Billis. Unfamiliar with his work. He's done a couple other movies I've seen. Wendigo. Well, I guess he's in music department for that. He's not a composer. Mickey Blue Eyes. It is very over the top at the beginning, like you said, Jonathan. Like I feel like they were going for like Hitchcock or something, and it
Grand.
but but without really, the less is more kind of thing. So I don't know. The sound, the music is fine. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me a little bit when it's too much. But the sound design is pretty good. But it's just kind of, it is what it is. I don't know. It's just, I gave it a 3. It's middle of the road.
I agree. I'm a 3 on it as well.
I gave it a 2. I don't know if I ever said that.
Well, you did now. And I guess Jeremy's just a thumbs down in general.
Yeah, it's like maybe a 2, like a 1.5.
Okay.
Because it didn't flow, it didn't really add anything except for that first scene where you had to turn the volume all the way down to like 2 to get through it. But
Yeah.
other than that, I actually noticed it for a lack of music. There are spots where it should have something going on, at least, to let you know that you're running through the woods and,
Does
you
2
just gotta
have
be
better?
careful.
Is 2 better? I don't remember.
I don't either.
Or is it a step down?
As far as music.
Yeah.
I'm asking Jeremy because he watched them back to back. Is it
Oh, shit,
better?
really?
Oh, yeah, no.
It's not better?
I haven't watched number 2 in a long time, so I couldn't say.
Actually, I think it's much louder across the board. Everything is much
Wow.
louder.
Oh, that's true. It's a very loud movie.
It is.
Well, damn. All right, then.
Everyone who worked on this, including the music, including even if they weren't successful, they tried so hard. You can feel they were trying to make a real movie. They didn't want to make garbage, and that's the reason why it's a cult classic. That's the reason. You can't make garbage on purpose and have people like it in a way that this is likable. And this is one of the best examples of that concept of it's good because they tried, even though it's not good.
Got a lot of heart.
There you go.
A lot
It
of
looks
passion.
looks like Travis from the nightclub. He sent in his scorecard late, and he looks like he gave a 3 on this category as well. So thank you, Travis, for throwing that out there. Next, that brings us to editing and special effects. Who wants to kick this one off?
I'll give it a 3. Let's go with a 3 for me.
Just a 3?
It's invisible. There's nothing special. There's nothing not special. Nah.
I don't know those special effects. I'm maybe it's just because the rest of the movie.
They're great special effects, but from this time period we saw better. Like I'm comparing to like the early 80s. They're good. They're not knock them out of the park incredible.
I would actually almost say I think the effects in this might be, I know, like, fire up the torches, but they might be better than the effects in The Burning. Like, I'm telling you, that burn is just, I'm looking at it like, I'm not sure how you did that.
I like that the burning the pulsing burn blisters on Artie's face. I thought they did a great job of that. Like the way you see it in his hands, and his eyes almost don't look like his eyes, almost like his eyes got burned as well. And like they're already asking, like, is he going to be able to see?
Yeah.
And like from the way, maybe he's wearing contacts, but it looks like his eyes were fucked up too as part of that whole effect, which I thought was good. And then you've got the one kid that Angela kills in the water under the canoe. And one of the counselors finds him the next day when he flips the boat over, and you see the dead corpse. And then you have the water snake that comes out of the mouth for wonderful effect. I thought was just awesome.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's a dummy.
Body. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, it's definitely a dummy.
Yeah, but the other guy
is a horrible-looking dummy. It's okay.
No, it works. But the burn guy, that's not a dummy. Because that was the first thing I thought is like, did I, after you see the water snake dummy, then I'm like, am I confusing the burn thing and it just was shot so well? But that's not a dummy, so I don't know.
No, that dude was definitely fucked up looking. Yeah, he was sitting there screaming, making sound. He was all up in it, dude. So
yeah, and that was the horny guy, right?
Yeah, the pedophile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, aside from that, there's not really much in regards to the special effects to regard. I mean, you see a little bit of the knife wound to Meg's back after she falls out of the shower when Mel finds her. You got Ricky's friend's head kind of falls out Angela's lap. So there's that. One other good effect I thought was like when Angela shoots Mel in the fucking throat with the arrow.
Yes.
Boom, and the arrow sticking out. Like that worked out pretty good. I thought that was a good one.
Maybe my problem is that they're not over the top. Maybe that's why I don't like them as much. But they're all really well done.
You don't think hitting somebody in the throat from that distance with an arrow is over the top?
No, I would agree with her on that.
I mean,
it's not a bad ass.
Every kill in Tastes Like Candy is more over the top than that. Like that's super like you have to consider what I've seen. I've seen the horrible things done to the human body on screen. So something as simple as that, I'm just kind of like, oh well, it's a little quaint, but they are well done.
1984? Is this 1984 when this movie was made?
83, but the 80s are like the pinnacle of. Weirdly, the special effects team didn't really do much else. It looks like they worked on Creepshow, and that's about it. Creepshow 2.
The dude the guy that gets, the beehive in the bathroom.
I was just going to say, yeah.
His bloody arm, like, that's pretty gross, too. Like, I thought that was
massive sting blisters all over. Yeah, those bees.
Maybe the problem is that I just have something wrong with me.
No.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Blisters. I give it a 4 for effects.
Considering how the dummy from the drowning looked, but plus everything else, and then how little effects there were for everything else going on. Like even like when the one guy who takes the kids out camping, when Angela starts going on her rampage, and the dude finds the chopped up kids in the woods and starts freaking out before the cops show up. That I even tried to pause and look at it. It still was hard for me to figure it out, like to tell that those were chopped up kids. So that was kind of like for me on that part of it.
But do you really want to be able to tell that they're chopped up kids? I was fine with that one.
It looked like just a mess of garbage in the woods, so it was kind of hard for me to tell. And I had to.
you're
It
not
took
wrong.
took me a while to piece together. Like, oh, okay, that's the guy. That's the kids that the guy took out in the woods for camping.
Those
And
are children.
yeah,
Yeah.
it took me a minute to figure that out because it was hard to tell that it was people that were chopped up and not just piles of garbage that like made him sick. You know, I don't know.
It looks like piles of garbage, but that I was actually going to ask you all. Like, I always come to that scene and think, like, is it not what it looks like? Like, did you? Because up to that point, does she kill any innocent children? So that's such a weird, random kill. So I'm like,
Not necessarily. It's the little kids after Meg threw Angela into the water and Ricky was bringing her back. All the kids that were throwing sand on her. And they were like, "Knock it off, you little monsters!" You know.
Yeah.
That's
a capital
why she
offense.
killed those kids.
Capital
Good
offense.
call.
Yeah. So that's why it took me a minute to piece that together. When I'm like, "What is he looking at? Why is he getting sick?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's his campers, his little kids." Okay. Like,
Yeah,
all right.
she always in all the movies, she always has a reason when she kills people. She doesn't do it for no reason, even if her reason is insane.
Right.
The mask is also really, really, really good. The Angela mask at the end, that's not Felissa Rose in the end.
Yeah,
so
of course, yeah.
The mask is really good too.
Is it a mask or did they I always thought they
mask.
superimposed her face. Okay.
They did it.
It's a
They did
mask.
in one shot, but when you see the overall, when the full length body shot, that's a dummy, and with the face mask.
It's
and
not a
then when you
dummy,
get
it's a
closer,
real person.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looked
Real
like
person.
the way it was
It
standing
is.
there and posed. It
The-
looked like it
The
was
the lore is it was a random dude on set who got drunk and did it, and nobody knows who it is.
Oh, okay. I don't because I mean it looked like a merkin and a fank dong on like a dummy. With
It's
a
a
face
real
mask.
dude.
And
It's
then
a
when
real
they get close, then you see the superimposed Angela face.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know.
No, they cut back and forth, but the full shot, that is a man wearing an Angela head, a Felissa Rose face.
Huh. Okay then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the deal? Her mom wouldn't let her do a scene like that, and so they had to have somebody.
No, it
stand
wasn't.
in.
It was a killing scene. The scene. There's a scene. I don't remember which murder it is. It's the scene. It might be the curling iron. But it takes place in a darkened room, and the door opens, and there's a figure standing in the door, and you can nowadays you can clearly tell that it's the actor that played Ricky standing there. And the lore behind that is that Felissa Rose's mom didn't want her to do something involving that scene, so because it was violent, so they put him in there and threw him in. That's what I have heard, that they've had him stand in a couple times whenever it was supposed to be Felissa, because Felissa's mom was weird about it. I don't know to what degree that's true,
Okay.
but I've watched a lot of stuff about this movie. I love this movie.
All right. Well, I scored this one on a 3 for the editing and special effects. And it looks like Travis, his score was a 3 as well. So we got a lot of mid to high ground on scores on this part of it. Next, we've got script. Was the script well thought out and unique? Go for it.
It's certainly unique.
Yeah.
I feel like it serves its purpose. I don't think it's, there's no like groundbreaking dialogue or any of that kind of thing or any of that stuff, but it does the job and it does it weirdly. So I think I think the script is fine. It's a 4 for me. For a camp slasher, yes. I've seen plenty of terrible ones. It's a 4.
Okay. Who else?
I'll agree with
Yeah,
Jessica. I put 4. Sorry, Jeremy. I put 4.
No, you're good.
Just based on basically what she just said, and you can compare it to other camp slashers of the era. I think it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a 4 also. Just because so many of these movies, you wind up like yelling at the screen, and I didn't really find myself doing that a whole lot. Some of it's cheesy and over the top, and that kind of thing. But it was a lot of fun. 4.
All right. Well, there was a lot of like little quips and fun little lines in there, like when the guys are out playing baseball. Ricky's in the outfield, and the guy comes to bat, and he's like, "Oh man, don't worry, this guy blows like dog dicks and shit." And it's like, what? Okay.
What was it? There was the guy kept saying, what was he calling him? The coach guy? He was in 2 scenes and he said it 3 times. I've got to find this because
Also, eat shit and live.
Yeah.
That's
eat shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and live, Bill. Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines in the movie. I thought that was great. But then you've got the back and forth with Judy and Susie when they're picking on Angela, and everyone, like, each group, when they're talking shit to Angela, it's crazy. It's like really messed up shit, you know. You know, when they're bagging on her about not going to the shower or not going to go water, and the guy's coming up trying to hit on her and trying to make it seem like she's retarded or something. You know, it's all kinds of crazy, you know. But then Aunt Martha and like her dialogue at the beginning of the movie is just so much wackadoo in that.
Yeah.
You know, and like the way she was emoting, you know, those weird kind of things like, oh, what was I doing? Oh, wouldn't have to have this. We wouldn't want nobody to find out that. You know, it's like very cartoonish.
Yeah.
And kind of annoying. But I mean, I guess it worked for just wanting to be an annoying character. I don't know, that you'll never ever see again or find out anything else about. So it's kind of off-putting. But yeah, so I guess for me, script was a 3. Travis from Nightclub thought it was a 3 as well. Man, we were just powering through these really quick. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's one thing we could really bag on. I think there's probably a lot to be said. Acting. How are the performances in the movie? What do you guys think?
I think they're charming. And that's the best word to describe it. I've seen worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad films out there and a lot of
The
shitty
fact
acting.
that the fact that the actors are all really young helps a lot.
Yeah.
If these were people in their 20s and like 30s pretending to be teenagers, it wouldn't work as well.
That's fair.
Case in point, the other 2 films.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the acting in the other films. well, when I say other films, I meant like 2 and 3.
Yeah.
4 was okay, and then
The actor
Return to Sleepaway Camp, which was written and directed by the same guy, Hiltzik. Not so great. That was pretty fucking awful, but I don't know. Whatever.
That's the one I refuse to watch.
I say you should just for the fuck of it.
No, I've
Just so
seen
you
it.
can-
I won't
Oh,
watch
you
it
have?
again.
Oh,
I won't watch
okay.
it again.
Because Return picks up after this one and kind of ignores the continuity of 2, 3, and 4. So Hiltzik didn't want to focus on any of those other stories, and he just wanted to continue from where he left off with this one. And it's kind of a shit goose if you watch it. Watch it just to watch it, just so you get an idea. That's all I can say on that one. But
Yeah, I didn't like it because it gave me the mega ick. I don't like it the way it handles the main character. It's an icky movie. I'm just not a fan.
Oh shit! You know, I don't know that I've ever seen 4. I think
Really?
I had been thinking that, although I recognize. Wait a minute.
because there's 5 movies total, so there was like 1, 2, and 3, and then I think 4. They did 4, and then Return by Hiltzik came after that in like 2008. But
So
in 4,
thought
Ricky
Return
comes
was
back
4.
in number 4.
This is so weird. I thought
Felissa
The
has a
Return
cameo
was 4.
too.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, so Felissa and Ricky, like the original characters from this one, make a comeback in number 4.
Sean, I would tell you to watch it. I would not tell anybody else that isn't like experienced with bad movies to watch it.
It's got like the exact same cover as 3.
Mm-hmm.
Except like you could see her.
That hasn't been
Okay.
the cover the whole time though. I saw what you saw. I know what you're looking at. That hasn't been the cover the whole time, but it was something that was a throwback to the original films, I think. But the one that's a flat out copy of the cover of 3, this is the first time I've seen it, and I look these movies up all the time.
Okay.
Or I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it has a 1.6 on IMDb.
That's not surprising. That is not surprising at all. No.
For reference, Sleepaway Camp 2 has a 5.5. A Sleepaway Camp, I don't even know where it is. Yeah, the other ones have mid ratings. That one's a 1 point. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But I mean, as far as acting goes, though, I mean, most performances are believable. There's nothing too hacky. You know, you believe Artie is a dirty little pedophile who deserves to die. You know, camp counselors seem like your average people from New Jersey or New York, just, you know, out there trying to make some bucks for the summer. And kids are being kids, you know, doing stupid kid shit, being little asshole, playing asshole games. You know, like when they got Mozart on the ground and doing like the butt in the face trick. You know, that. You know, oh, yo, you won't be able to do the sit up. Oh, you all your power never happened. Boom, ass in the face. You know, that's some legit, you know, stupid kid shit. You know. So I mean, the acting in that I think was pretty good for that. You know.
Oh my god.
Judy being a petty bitch, you know, and Meg just being an asshole, gets frustrated with a girl who won't say anything back or responded. It all felt like legit responses when it comes to acting. So I mean, for that, I give acting a 4 in this one.
I give it a 3, but I give Aunt Martha a 12.
Oh my god! What the hell with Aunt
I
Martha?
love Aunt
Nutty
Martha.
bitch.
I love Aunt. I would watch 50 movies with Aunt Martha. I would watch
Her
them
acting
all.
was so over the fucking top, though. That's the one part I was.
But that's
like,
why
oh,
I liked
God.
it. It was not
Oh.
realistic in any way, shape, or form. She was
No.
living a fantasy in her head.
She definitely stepped right off of Broadway onto that stage.
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
said, "Where is my mantle?"
She
loved
was
it.
acting.
Yes.
Oh, mommy dearest, man! And to think that she's a doctor, who knows how many other people she's fucked up as a doctor, with her being
Really?
totally fucked in the head. Oh my god, that's a scary thought. Jesus. Oh man.
Really, yeah, I give it a 4 also, and mainly because I thought that it felt like actors didn't know each other's lines. So like they would go into the scene and like Meg is trying to tell Angela to get in the water, and she's expecting some sort of dialogue back, and she's not getting it. And she's looking around like, and she's just really getting angry. It's like,
You're
get in the
right.
water. You're not going to say anything. I didn't know you weren't going to bring anything to the table. This is just me.
It's like, come on, you
It was
stupid
like-
bitch, do something. Ugh.
Exactly. Like maybe that actress Meg, maybe she quit like that day. She's like, I can't do this. I'm out. I'm getting too frustrated. Again, method acting.
That's fair.
That's hysterical. So like it's almost like Felissa Rose was doing, you know, there's the actors, you know, there's the famous story obviously about Kubrick and Nicholson treating Shelley Duvall terrible to get the performance, or like the story I love is Sean Penn on the set of De Palma's Nam movie. I think it's Prisoners of War, where like he just was ruthless towards Michael J. Fox to get the appropriate response between the characters. Like there's like a story about at one point he just whispers in his ear like, television actor, like just his response. So like, I love the idea, Jeremy, that Felissa Rose is like, I'll get the response I want by not delivering my lines. I'll just stare at them and drive them insane.
It's brilliant, and everybody despised her except for Ricky, who was very weirdly close to her. Like, if you told me that those two actors were related, I would believe you, like in real
Yeah.
life, because it felt like he was. I told you at one point, like, what is going to be the twist? Are they going to be lovers? Is this going to be something? And it just felt like real responses.
That is also the kind of thing that would be going on in a household where this sort of thing would be going on.
Yeah.
So it's full flowers in the attic.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad for Ricky's buddy Paul, though. I mean, he was the one who like was able to draw Angela out of her shell, and then fell in love with her. And it's like, man, if only we gotten to see a point where Paul got to find out that Angela was actually a dude. I think
Yes.
that would have had a major impact. You seeing
Yes.
that before
Maybe
she
that's
kills him and
why-
cuts his head off.
Maybe that's why she killed him.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that was the reaction that did it after he acted like that, and then he found out the real her, and then she just.
Yeah, it doesn't really click until later on, that at the beginning of the movie, that Angela and Peter, that their dad and the guy that they're with is his gay lover. Like it makes sense until later on when you see the snap in the flashbacks of Angela and Peter in the bed twisting and pointing fingers at one another and be like, I'm you, you're me, that kind of thing, when it clicks. And then seeing that image of like both the kids at the doorway laughing at their dad and his lover in bed. And it's like, oh shit, okay. Didn't know that was what was going on until you see that scene. So
Right.
it's weird how that plays with Angela and her lack of sense of identity between actually being Peter when being forced to be Angela, and then falling in love with somebody, and then Paul eventually, finding out, even though we don't see it, that he's not, gets those feelings back, and then she kills his ass,
Yeah.
Not getting to see that snap. It's like, oh man, we missed a great opportunity there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it in the hands of an actual transgender filmmaker, because I think there's a way to make this story and keep something like that twist and have it work, but it needs to be from an authentic voice, because nobody else can handle that.
Exactly.
And have it be impactful. But I think that you can still have Sleepaway Camp with the same twist. It just needs to be told by someone who can, tell the story properly.
That is absolutely right. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe they may get that someday if someone decides to do a remake and get that perspective on it. So, scores overall in acting?
Oh, I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3.
4.
4, and I'm a 4 as well. Looks like Travis gave it a 3. So yeah, we're getting close to the same scores, and they're kind of on the same level there. Next, it brings us to direction. Who wants to go on that one?
I gave it a 3. It's
insights.
They showed up and they did their job, and
Yep.
I mean, everything else about the movie. I don't know that anything comes down to being made by the direction per se. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking enough into what they brought to the table for this, but it's solid.
So
It's
I've never been.
serviceable.
Yeah, well, I've never been great talking about direction, but like what I just said with when you kind of get that flashback snap for Angela, that kind of already explains part of that direction there with nobody really knowing what's going on and not knowing that Angela's actually Peter until you see that snap. I thought that was a good sense of direction for the film, waiting that long until we finally realize it by having that scene where it's the fade back and forth, the spinning back, the pointing back at each other. When you realize, oh shit, that's this person is not this person, it's that person, and this is what's going on, and blah 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 blah, all that shit. So yeah, I kind of already went there. So kind of explain direction a bit, I guess. Any other insights?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. He gets an extra half for dealing with kids.
Fair.
All right. Well, I was a 3 on direction as well. So I mean, I think most of us are hitting middle. We've all pretty much hit middle
Same.
ground. Travis included on the score there for that. So yeah, here's one that's it's a bit more fun to go off of. It factor, cultural significance and impact. Where do you think this falls? What kind of impact do you think this film has had?
On the general public, not much. On the horror community, this is a 10 movie. It is. Everybody sees it. Everybody talks about it. Everybody has an opinion on it. And the ending is one of the most famous in horror history. It just is. It's a super famous film in the community. Outside of it, no one's ever heard of this movie.
No.
Yeah, it's fair to say that anybody who's part of the horror community knows about this film.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, if you're
Or
not
they
part of the horror
will.
culture,
Or they
Yeah.
will.
right? So, I mean, it became popular enough that it spawned multiple sequels. How good they are, it's debatable. Although the last one, the Return Kit, we all know, or most of us know, is pretty fucking awful. So it's easy to shit on that one. But the fact that this movie became so notorious because of the twist and the fact that it spawned multiple movies and how largely it is known in the horror community, that says a lot. So I think that's pretty massive. It's nothing that really screams about money in the box office. It's never been a film that's done well in theaters. It's always been, even with the sequels, it's been more of just straight to VHS or DVD kind of situation. But still has enough significance that people know the franchise overall because of this movie and where it went after.
It is touring again right now in theaters. It didn't come anywhere near me. I don't know if you guys knew
Oh, really?
that or if you knew that it was, if you know if it's by you. But Fangoria has something to do with it because I get their newsletter and they have emailed me a couple times about it.
We're pushing horror and slashers and summer camp very hard this year online. I've seen a lot of it, like Summerween and lots of camp slasher this and camp slasher that. So it seems like people are trying to make that a thing where every year we whip out all the old camp slashers and spend the entire summer talking about them, which
Yeah,
I'm fine with.
just whipping them out. That's right. Otherwise, this movie had, I think, like a $350,000 budget, but grossed $11 million when it came out. So, I mean, budget versus what it made, that's actually pretty decent, I guess, for such a low budget. So that answers your question, Christine.
Jeremy, had you heard
in
of
the
this
chat.
movie? No?
Nope, not until you told them about it, I guess. Right?
So it's actually playing in Olympia, Washington today. It's like an honest to God tour. So I don't know if it's like on 30, like a 35. Remember, like a couple years ago, they found that 35 millimeter print of Argento Suspiria, and it toured the United States. I don't know if that's like this, but June 24th, June 25th, Seattle, Portland, Denver, New Orleans, Houston, Austin, Dallas, up through July.
Oh, really?
9th. So, yeah, like
Oh, shit. So it'll be in my area.
one
soon.
show every couple days.
Okay. Well, maybe I have to look into that and maybe see if I can catch it in the theater just for the experience. It'd be interesting to see what kind of crowd, like how many people come out to see it in the theater.
Oh, this is a whole thing. It looks like there's like an overnight camp experience for some of them.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's cool. Wow. I'd be totally down for that. Go camping to see a movie. That's pretty sweet.
I gave it a 4
I mean,
for significance.
They have those cruises that are themed, you know, like 80s music or whatever. If they had a cruise that was like Sleepaway Camp themed,
It would be Friday the
maybe a better idea
13th,
than
part
the K-pop
8.
thing.
Oh, is that
It
what it
would
would
be
be?
Jason. It would be Jason Goes Manhattan themed. It would be. Think about
And
it.
it
It's on a
would,
boat.
and you'd
The whole
only get
movie's
to
on a boat.
Manhattan. You'd
Yeah.
get to Manhattan and have to leave 5 minutes later.
Yeah, that would be amazing. A horror. I wouldn't go on it. I would never get on a fucking boat, but that would be amazing if people wanted to do that. It should exist.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I know there's a lot of like music cruises out there. One that I've always wanted to go on was Shiprocked. One of my favorite bands, Nonpoint, does that one on a regular basis, and I know some people who've gone. And they said it's amazing. But as far as a horror themed cruise boat, I don't know. I feel like that's just asking for bad shit to happen to go on a horror themed cruise.
Like
That's
real
just like that could be a real life horror film just come to life. Just like I'm not taking a chance because like bad enough I swim like a fucking rock. So I don't want to die on a boat and then have to drown trying to get away as well. So screw that noise. No, thank you. Oh man. Okay, so I guess Christine, she'd be down for a cruise like that. Good for you. You and Rodney are more than welcome to go do that cruise, Christine. No, thank you. No, you guys are more power to you on that. Yep. Oh man. All right, so I was a 4 on It Factor. Sean said you were a 4 as well.
I was a 4. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7 because I think as how big it is in the horror community boosts it. So I'm giving it a 7.
Well, it's
Or is
zero out of
this one's
5.
not out of 10? It's out of 5. 4.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, I thought we were going out of 10.
This amp doesn't go to 10; it goes to 11.
I thought we got
Exactly.
to
The
10.
entire time you've been rating
I
things
gave
out
Aunt
of
Martha
10?
a 12 earlier.
That's true. Still egregious.
All right.
I thought it was a 4 as well.
Okay, all right. So we're hitting pretty high marks on
Super
that.
scientific method of grading things based on how y'all grade things.
Nice. I can dig it.
I don't rate anything without 12 asterisks and some weird metaphors.
Oh, really?
No, but am I going to tell my mom to watch this movie? No. Would I have told Jeremy to watch this movie? Yes. Like I don't encourage people. I'm not one of those people that's like, you know what you should go do, person who's terrified of movies, you should go watch Obsession. I'm not that person.
Right.
So
Okay. All right, then that brings us
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
last
Am
category.
I the dumb friend?
what?
You just said that you'd recommend that to me, this terrible movie. You'd recommend it to me, but
Did
somebody
you
as
like it?
sophisticated as your mother.
Did you like
Of course,
it?
I really did.
It's
I
not
liked
because
it.
my mother is sophisticated. You know my mother. It's not because my mother is sophisticated.
No, I made you watch Easy Rider, and I'm
My
still not
mother-
over that.
Yeah, she did make him watch Easy Rider. That's not a good movie.
Oh, Easy Rider's a great.
It's also not really related to this. I'm just still bitter.
Aw.
30 years ago.
All All right, so that brings us to our last category. How entertained were you out of 10?
You say out of
10.
10?
10.
Now we're switching it up, huh?
Yeah, the last category we give a wide range to work.
This is why I was confused. I wasn't just stupid. There's a reason I thought we were going to 10.
Well, you called me your dumb friend earlier, so I was just
You
returning the
called-
favor.
You called you my
Aw.
dumb friend. It's a 10. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
It's an entertaining movie.
I think it's more like a 4.
Shite. Okay, you're just killing it
I'm
on
just
that.
being the Stephen A. Smith of the group now. I thought it was like an 8 or a 9 because not only was I entertained, but my wife works in a hospital and she goes to sleep because she's up before everybody else, and she was just watching with one eye open and commenting on it the whole time. She couldn't fall asleep, and for that to hold somebody's attention who's coming out of a hospital going into a hospital, I mean, it was fun.
Wow.
Also, knowing her, it's not really her thing at all.
No.
Okay, well, for me, I like this movie. Like I said, I have my qualms with certain bits of it, but overall, I give it an 8. I like this movie a lot. It's not like top marks. It's not something I'm going to turn around and watch like right away again, but it's something I would definitely recommend to a lot of people just to get their reactions and see what they think of it. So that's still high marks for me. Yeah, 8 all day on my overall enjoyment on this one.
Solid. Yeah, I think it's a really good time. From the first time I saw it, which was like in my 20s, so later than probably some other people, but I don't know, again, there's a lot about it. I think you have to have the right eyes to see it, and horror fans do, but I mean, if you showed this to somebody, like, if I showed this to my parents, there's some things like I made them watch Weapons. I didn't make them, but it was but it would look like a bad movie, but I don't know. I find it extremely entertaining.
Okay. All right then. So that's pretty much it for scoring. Let me see if I can work Tim's score sheet here. If I can get overall scores. Bear with me a moment here, so I can try to figure this thing out. Let's see.
Is there a winner? Can we declare a winner?
Do you guys know what your Sean? Do you know what your total was?
Mine's 36 and a half.
36.5.
I knew there was math required at the end, so I already did it.
Yeah, I didn't play around with Tim's score sheet enough to know. So hopefully, I'm doing this right. We'll see in a moment.
I actually don't know because I'm looking at the one I filled out, but it says total points 0 out of 0, but I have points assigned to everything.
Huh. Okay, so let's see.
Perhaps the real totals were the friends we made at camp.
Oh, man.
Okay, are you moving the skull, or is that doing that on its own?
I am doing it. It is. There's a camera pointed at me and it's locked on my face.
Freaking me
And
out.
I'm in a
And I
spinny
mean,
chair. So this is me close to the, and this is me spinning backward.
Oh, okay, very nice.
Mhm.
Now I see it. It flows. It definitely suits you. I will say though that earlier I was watching Sean speak, and I didn't realize he had glasses. Saw something moving to the side, and I thought we were about to have some sort of real life horror film just break out right here, because I was a little bit paralyzed. I didn't want to jump in and interrupt you, but I saw this moving in the background, and I'm scared for you for a second. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
You're okay though. You're okay though. It's just glasses, right?
I'm not wearing glasses. I do have glasses. I take them
You
off
have
and put
them,
them on
and
constantly.
you were messing with them, and I saw him in the background just,
It's okay,
and
Jeremy.
I freaked out. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
I take back everything I ever said about Texas weed. It is stronger than I thought it was, Jeremy. I always make fun of him
I
because I'm
thought
like,
it was
it's
really
not
well, Your Honor.
real. It's not real. No, it sounds pretty darn real right now.
I'm a conspiracy guy, so I come up with conspiracy theories, and especially when in this state, and makes for a fun night.
Nice. Jonathan, my total was 39.
I was just about to say I just tallied it up. So yeah, so we got 36.5 for Jessica, 39 for Sean, 37 for myself, 37 for Travis. And I'm sorry, I forgot to add up your scores, Jeremy. My bad. I was jotting them down
I
halfway
had
through, and then I kind
$1.
of spaced out. You had what?
I had $1.
$1. Okay.
$1.
Yeah.
I will bid
Did I
above
win the
that at
ticket?
$1.50. So yeah, looking at that, it looks like 36.5 altogether. So that looks like that puts us at 3.5. So 3.5 stars overall for Sleepaway Camp. So that seems fair. Kind of coincides with score on Rotten Tomatoes, even though it's a little higher on Rotten Tomatoes. But most people need to check this film out.
Yeah.
Any final comments you guys would like to throw out there? No, nothing else you want to say on this movie?
Why did we not talk at all about Angela's scream at the end?
Oh yeah, the weird growl and hissing action that she was doing.
Yeah, it was like she was morphing into some strange animal or creature. And then,
Yeah.
and then she had a penis.
Some weird
Yeah.
shit.
I double featured this last night. I watched, I rewatched, I saw the TV Glow, and then I watched this, not thinking there'd be a through line. And then I saw the TV Glow, which I adore. They keep referring to the sleepaway camp where they met. I was just like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Good for anybody who doesn't know, the director of that movie is trans, and it is
Yeah.
about transgender experiences, which would make total sense with them being obsessed with sleepaway camp. That would make
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, right on. Well, I guess that wraps it up for this episode of The Average. Jeremy, anything you want? Any parting words?
He'll be back.
Yeah,
He's coming back for part 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
So, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if I'm invited back after the rant about the glasses.
No, dude. You're definitely welcome back. 2 weeks we will be doing Sleepaway Camp 2 to continue the Summer Camp Slasher series. Jessica will be co-hosting once again. Sean, thank you so much for being here. Anything you want to throw out there? Anything you want to spoof for your channel?
We just wrapped up covering on the Horror Vision. We did a weekly coverage of The Devil in Silver, and so now we're back to kind of the covering movies and stuff again. Our review of, not really a review, our kind of discussion about Blindness from 2008 just dropped the other day. It's a movie I didn't care for at all, but definitely thought-provoking. So that's up there, and my book, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, is out there wherever you buy your books. It's a teenage giallo. Lots of Satan in it.
Satan!
That's it.
All right. And how about you, Jessica? Anything you want to plug for your awesomeness?
Taste Like Candy and Fatally Yours are both available now. Taste Like Candy 2 is available for pre-order. And I think that there is still a sale going on at Barnes & Noble if you would like to pre-order that.
Nice.
Fantastic. All right. So, yeah. That wraps it up for us tonight. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate everybody who joined in on the live chat. It's always great to see the participation out there. But like I said, join us again in 2 weeks where we carry on the wonderful tradition of Camp Arawak. Thank you and have a good night.